Hey everybody, it's me. I'm coming around. You wouldn't believe how much stuff I have to come around. Okay, got something to show you. I got a story. Right? I don't know if I should turn that light on or not. It might be too much. Yes, I got sick again. Believe it or not, I didn't because I got all this mess on my ear. Okay, cat here. Off track, right? Yeah, I got sick again. I ended up with that gastrointestinal bug. And, hey, Trippy. And yeah, I call it the pukey shits, and that's what I had. But the thing about it was, it didn't last very long. It swoops in, stomps your guts out, leaves you for dead, and then moves on to its next victim. So I was at work. Oh my gosh, this is such a good story. I was at work on Friday because I do that bookkeeping, and I was fine when I went to work, and called my ex-husband, who I work for, called him and said that the furnace was out, so he was able to come by and light the furnace. And I was talking to him, and he said his wife was sick, and we were just talking, and then he left, and I got the feeling my stomach wasn't right, you know. Lay down, thank you. And I said, something's wrong here, and this was like what I'm about to share with you right here took place in a space of 10 minutes. I started feeling bad. I continued to work, and then I said, I really don't feel good. Something's wrong, you know. And I said, yeah, you know, my stomach wasn't right. So I said, oh no. I said, if I get sick here at work, I'd be stuck there. And that my ex-husband owns the building. Our daughter has the apartment upstairs, and so I could have just gone up to her apartment. But I didn't want to do that. You know, when you're sick, you want to be sick at home. And you don't want to be sick at all, but, you know, be sick at home. So I shut everything down, got out to my car, and I said, oh my gosh, this is getting bad. And, you know, wanting to, I mean, I sped. It's only like 3.5 miles from my house, but I mean, I was speeding. And I sped up my side street and turned onto my street. And there was a truck there. He's right in the middle of the road. I said, you better move, buddy, or I'm just going to hit you. Because I was just barreling up through there. And the speed limits should only be like 15 right there. Not even that. It's such a short road. It's a dead-end street. And I got into my carport. And I got the door open. And I was going... I ran around the front of my car and threw up in my carport. My carport has a gravel base, so... And then it was like, and I'm going, oh God, no. And I'm just, oh no. So I was able to walk around my car, and it's real close to my walkway. I went over and sat on my walkway. It's about that high. Sat on my walkway and proceeded to throw up again for another, felt like 5 minutes. And I said, okay. You know how you get to that point and go, okay, all right. I realized that I had to bend over so close that I had puke on the front of my shirt. It's like, gosh. So I was able to get in the house, you know, get my clothes off, get a gown on that you wear around the house, do that, and then I went back to the back to get a bucket just in case, because I figured I knew what this was at this point. And about that time, I was in the utility room, which is here, where my craft room is, and it has an individual little extra potty right over there. And I came back here, and then it came out the other end. Sorry, TMI, whatever, graphic. About that time, about halfway through, my husband came. I didn't hear him come in. He came to the door of the room, and he says, I'm home. And I said, oh, thank God you're home. I'm going to die. He said, what's wrong? Told him what was going on. Okay, got done sitting down. got up, went into my chair, sat in my chair, and about 20 minutes to half hour, here the whole thing started again. And I had to sit down with a bucket in my lap. And I know nobody wants to hear this, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of people out there have had this very same experience. And we have these little handles that Greg had, that you just scoot him over to the toilet to help you get up, whenever he got out of the hospital. They were still in the bathroom. I leave them in there in case he needs them again. Well, I needed them this time. I had pulled it over beside of me, in front of me, and I was leaning on it with the bucket, and I could have swore, I think I vomited so hard, I thought I passed out for a split second. It was so, and I yelled and I screamed for him, Greg, God, I need help. I didn't want to expose him to it, but he was exposed anyway, right? And so he got me a cloth and water. I got up, got myself cleaned up, the face wise, other side wise, and I went in, sat back down in my recliner, and it was about an hour, and I felt it again, but it wasn't as bad. I got up again, got in the same setup, and it didn't get any worse. Nothing happened. And all of a sudden I went, and I just burped. And I felt better, and I went, huh. So, got a washcloth, wiped my face off, cool water, went back in, and Greg said, did you need any help? And I said, no. I said, I burped. And I sat in my recliner, and I put my blanket on me, and I started the chills. I was so cold, I could not get warm. And he threw another blanket over me, and I said, I gotta go to bed. I'm going to bed. And I went in, and we have little heaters in our room to where we can turn them on and heat up the room and not have to heat up the rest of the house. I turned my heater on and got under the blankets, and I stayed there for 4.5 hours asleep. And I got up at 6:30, and I said, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think my stomach is starting to growl, not clench up or anything. And he said, well, maybe you should try to eat a little something. I said, I wouldn't know what it would be. And the thought of food did not repulse me. And this is it started 10:30 in the morning, and this is 6:30 on the same evening. After thinking, I'm not going to make it through this. So, and he was still up at 6:30. I said, what are you doing up? Because he goes to bed about 6. And he said, well, I wanted to make sure that you were okay. So I said, I think I'll make it. I think you can go ahead. I'll let you know if I need anything. And I ate a lemon muffin. And it stayed down. And I had just slept. So I was up, and it was 9:30 or 10 o'clock before I went to bed. Now, this is before the time change. This was Friday. And anyway, that's pretty much it. You feel kind of, iffy, but it's not like you're sick. So it was just 2 times, and 2 times sitting on the potty, and that was it. I said, it doesn't last very long, but it's very violent. Anyway, that was my I got sick again story. I just had flu-like stuff a couple weeks ago. So I guess the virus was very opportunistic. While my immune system was down, it decided to take advantage of me. So anyway, that's my story. And I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to make a separate video of a little Timu. Okay? All right. I'm going to his tail went right in my mouth. I'll be right back.